I literally can barely move my leg. Um, yeah, literally can barely move my leg. I lifted yesterday. It wasn't even that intense of a lift, but I think I pulled something horribly. Also, I know this isn't the best angle, guys. Um, I can't even move my leg, which is actually really concerning. I, of course, against what my intuition told me, I went for a run. Should have known better. Um, yeah, I lifted yesterday and I mean, I literally run and, work out to distract myself that this world is absolutely insane. Like that's how I conform. Because there is constant noise. I heard someone say the world is screaming. The world is always screaming. I am like realizing it's always fucking screaming. And I think when you realize that we have options on how to live, you can live a quiet, peaceful life. None of that other stuff seems normal. Obviously, growing up, I never was aware of it. I was raised in America. Like, I was raised thinking that this kind of lifestyle is okay. And I think America is the unhealthiest country for a reason. Even my exercising is slightly unhealthy. That's something I've had to come to terms with, because people are like, working out is so healthy. You've got to work out, stay strong, blah, blah, blah. To be honest, that's like the closest thing I will get to like conforming to this society. It's just a constant, it seems like it's a constant cycle, and like just a constant never-ending cycle. And that's why I need to separate myself from it, to remind myself that I have sovereignty. I used to have that. Was way stronger mentally before. I might be stronger physically, but mentally, growing up, I was really strong, and I was not so affected by the outer world. But lately I've become really sensitive to it all. Sensitive to the effects we have on the planet. Yeah, I don't think being sensitive is a bad thing either, although it's not fun. It's definitely not fun. Today I went for a run out in nature, like in a secluded kind of canyon away from the hustle and bustle. And I was actually able to find like such deep peace that's hard to find here. And also, I was watching the ocean yesterday. I was watching the ocean, just sitting there, I am amazed by the ocean. The ocean is constantly moving. I guess you could say we're like the ocean. We're constantly moving, blah, blah, blah. Fair. But people were just like running by, and that's me too. But sometimes you have to be someone else to understand another perspective. And so I was really still yesterday. I literally can't believe, like, there was this weird pressure to be like moving around everyone. Like, everyone's like, oh, if you're not doing something, what the, like, people, basically that's what it is. That's the whole thing. People like, if you're not doing something, you're useless. And so I just watched it, and I couldn't believe how majestic it was if we would all just stop for a second and watch the water. But it is totally okay to look out at the sea and wonder, to have deep thoughts. I felt that when I was younger a lot because I did not care or was not aware of what other people thought. My channel was so clear. And now we're like, oh my God, I can't do it anymore. I can't. I'm really learning how to protect that depth to me in this world that seems to just have none. Yeah. Anyways, maybe someone can relate to this. I mean, I know other people can relate to this, but it's crazy to me to think that I, for so long, didn't realize you can gain so much wisdom and absorb so much beauty just by being still and watching something else too. Like taking attention away from yourself and onto the ocean or the lake or the trees around it. I watched a tree today swaying in the wind, and it's like, I've been so down on myself lately. I think this is really what I think people will be able to relate to. So down on myself that I haven't become the successful person I always wanted to be. I was stuck in this idea and thought that I had to be like everyone else, doing all the things, having some successful business, being famous, etc. These were literal things that like I thought we were all supposed to be striving for. And then I had this epiphany. I had the epiphany that the whole point is that it's okay to do absolutely nothing. Like it should be totally okay to just be amazed at life and like simply be. Yeah. It was a very interesting realization to have. And it's low-key a little bit of medicine because I wasn't really getting anywhere. Like, it's really interesting. I'm not going to give up on my dreams. I do have dreams of I still have dreams of building my business. I still have dreams of making music, playing music. But there is an escape that we can all go to. There's a whole other world that exists. If you're to get some alone time, go out on a field and just be. I've been talking to my therapist about this a lot, about how something will happen, in society. And it's scarring. And so somehow and my mom used to do this too. I'm not saying it's the most some people say it's healthy. I don't know. I don't fucking know anymore. This is just my story. But my mom used to just take us for drives, long drives out into wherever, nature, the woods, canyons, deserts. And it would be the best day of my life. I wouldn't want to go back to school. I would just want to spend every minute with her out there. And I'm really sad that I'm not able to do that with her anymore. I wish that I could. I wish she was still here. I really do feel like my problems would be solved. I know that sounds a little delusional, but when I was in middle school or high school, I think, my friend and I were obsessed with being blonde. But as you can see, I actually was born with white hair. And I'm a dirty blonde, I would say, dark blonde. But we were obsessed with being bleach blonde. And she has brown she had brown hair. I have my hair. And we would just go to CVS and bleach it. and it turned so orange. It was the most hideous thing in the world. Okay, I was scarred. I didn't want to go to school at all. I was like, I'm just not going to school. And my mom, she would make me feel so much better about it. She was like, oh, we'll fix it. And she would laugh. Like, she laughed. Her laugh meant that it was all okay. Her laugh meant, oh, it's not a big deal. I've done something like that before, and you'll learn from this kind of thing. And also it's like, well, you're beautiful the way you are. She used to always tell me that. I also used to straighten my hair, and she was like, Mallory, your hair's so beautiful the way it is. And anyways, I genuinely have been missing her lately. I don't want, like, no one else matters. Anyone can come into my life. They're never going to be her. And that's kind of what I'm facing right now. So it's been difficult. Yeah. And when you go through like those kinds of feelings, like you really do get annoyed with the world. You're just like, shut the fuck up. There's more important things happening to people than whatever the fuck is going on. And I know that's one side of me. There is a whole other side of me that also wants to be a part of the fun and, you know, wants to fit in and whatever that means, but I just don't know how to anymore. I just don't know how to. I have a friend in the sky, and I don't think anyone understands. I think some people will get that, but like I literally have someone, an angel that watches over me. And that's why Earth is not all it seems to be. Like, when you go through loss and grief and you realize there is a spiritual realm existing at all times, stuff does not look the same. Priorities change. And that's why it is scary here on planet Earth in a lot of ways. But, yeah. I miss our rides out to Julian together. I miss driving in the car. It's like I'm starting to worry I'm getting to the age where words don't matter anymore. It's just memories. It's literally just like memories of her. And if that's the case, then there's so much work I need to do. Like in terms of my grief. Which is crazy to think. Anyways, I had someone comment on my video. By the way, thank you. I can't thank you enough for commenting. I hope you see this. A woman, she lost her mom 2 years ago. She said it's been really hard for her. And I just thank you for responding and sharing that, because coming on here like is my one form of like self-expression about this. Because I don't talk about it in person with people a lot, other than therapy. Like, it has to be a safe space for me. And I just thank you for, just thank you. I'm hoping that this helps any other young girls that have lost a parent or a mom. I know it's so hard. And it's something you are going to live with the rest of your life. And that's something people do not talk about either. I think some people have an easier time with it. Are you the cutest? Are you the cutest? She's so cozy, you guys. I have my hand right in between her chest. She's super warm. Also, this is one of my favorite times of the day. When we live in a city, it is hard to even keep track of the different times of day. We lose track of what it feels like to watch the morning sun, to be in the morning time, the daytime. We lose our senses because it is a completely senseless society. It doesn't operate off the cycles that are happening whether we want them to or not. Like, it's just absurd. And so this is one of my favorite times of the day, is when the sun is setting and the sun's peeking through and the day is finally coming to an end. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I've been prioritizing getting sunshine first thing in the morning with my coffee or outside with Luna. It's so necessary because, I mean, again, with the screens that I use, we all use, it's not too good for the system. So I definitely do like things that I try to like recalibrate, but I love this time of day. So does Luna. Like, I just fed her. It feels really good to take care of something too. I got her really good food. It's like a little baby. It's my practice baby. And I love having a practice baby. I hope to have a baby one day. Which is something that's so sad that I've ever felt guilty of saying. Like, I'm 29 years old. When I was younger, there was like, I played babies with my cousins. We'd build houses together. Played with babies all the time. And it was something I always saw myself, because my mom was here. Like, she was what made it doable. Like, the fact, I love my dad, don't get me wrong. And I know he'll never watch this, but my mom was the caretaker. Like, my mom was a nurse. She was an amazing, amazing mom. And it was because of her that I ever felt like I wanted to have a child. And that made it feel like if I did have a child, she would be able to help raise it. She would be an amazing grandmother. And so I'm kind of freaking out of what I'm going to do without her if I have a child. And I know I know people raise kids without their moms and dads all the time. But this is something for me I did not prepare for. So it's definitely something that's on my mind lately, that I've been talking about in therapy. If I do have a life, if I find someone to marry that I love and have a child with, her not being there is devastating to me. I know she'll be there in spirit, but yeah. Anyways, so Luna is my little baby. I feed her. As she's happy, I'm happy. I feed her. I got her really good food online, organic food. So yummy. And I make sure she gets playtime outside, because I absolutely think it's bizarre to, at least maybe most cats don't like going outside. That's totally okay. My cat, she would dart out the door. Like, my neighbors would come over and she'd be darting out the door. And we'd all be like, Luna, go back inside. It's like, Luna isn't going back inside, bro. Like, Luna's in But I said she was an indoor cat because that's all she was a kitten. I was like, I don't know. I've never had a cat before. So I'm like, she's a kitten. I don't know how this works. I'm going to keep her safe inside. But Luna's like her mommy. Mommy needs to run outside. Mommy needs to get sunlight. Mommy needs to play outside and surf and whatever. And so it was crazy of me to ever keep her locked inside in the dark. Like, I just thought that was like it felt like animal abuse, and I couldn't do it anymore. And so she's the new place I'm moving to is also cat friendly. My neighbor Jeff, he had a cat named Moon. Truly one of my favorite people of all time. Talked to him today. Moon was an outdoor cat. Moon is the most beautiful cat you've ever seen. She would just stroll around. And then Jeff moved, and it was Luna's turn to stroll around. So the thing is, Luna's kind of violent. Luna hunts. She has brought in multiple birds, a couple lizards, quite a handful of mice, and I don't know what to do about it. It's really disturbing to me. If anyone has a cat that does this, please reach out. Like, please tell me what your solutions are. I am an animal lover. I'm not like, go Luna. Like, I think that's really weird to ever be like, yes, honey. Like, no. The straw was when she brought in a dead hummingbird, and the hummingbird is my mom's spirit animal, and it was just awful. It was awful. So please give any advice. I don't know what to do because I love her, but I don't love her bringing in dead animals. So yeah, would love to hear what you guys think. Also, this is so nice for me to speak because it's remembering my dreams, remembering what I do want in life, and you have to speak it out. I do want a family. I want a happy family. I want kids. I want to show them everything my mom showed me. I know that it's hard for our generation right now because we're all in survival mode. And so, yeah, people don't want to have kids, but I do. I feel like that I do. So, I don't know. I definitely am not desperate. I could never settle down with somebody, just anybody. Like, it has to be someone really special, that I feel is responsible and that I feel that wants it too. Like, there has to be someone that wants it too. Girls, ladies, do not waste your time on people that don't reciprocate your feelings. There's just no point. That's the thing is, like, today I had a realization, like, everything's constantly playing. This is all a play. People make money, hopefully doing something that's play to them. Like, that's the secret we all hear, right? Like, it's all play, that's blah, blah, blah. I went on my run. That's my playtime. I get to watch the birds play, and it's my playtime. And I used to play really well. I used to play the game. I used to love, flirting, and like, I used to love playing the game. And I wish I was that way. I wish I still loved playing the game. And I just can't. My body's like exhausted by it. I'm just like, I give up. I immediately withdraw. I'm just like, there's absolutely no point. Unless I'm at the age where I'm like thinking about my future, and where I've wasted my time with people that, first of all, body was like, no. My mom in the spirit was like, no. Like, there were so many no's. And, yeah, I don't know. I'm entering the age where they have to want it as well. It has to, I hope it's like the fantasy we all have is like, someone dreams of that too. And yeah, anyways, my baby's taking a nap right now, so I'm gonna show you guys. Guys, what's crack-a-lackin'? This is what's crack-a-lackin' with me. Oh my god, ow! She has horribly scratchy nails. Yeah, that was really aggressive. Anyways, literally, and then I wonder why there's holes in my pants, and it's because this one. Is that hat comfy? What is up, you guys? I am here selling candy bars, and I just got some plants, getting some food, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Kind of boring, to be honest, but pretty fun too.
Chinese soap.
Oh my gosh, sure.
Watching you, feeling like I have to be somewhere in your atmosphere. Maybe all through the things you came to do. Don't you feel the planets move?
Even
Let
thought.
me get close to
SeabreezeChocolates.com.
Did you want a piece of chocolate?
Hello. I'm tired, but if you guys could only see the light shining in, there's music playing. The family that owns the property I'm living on, they're celebrating life of a loved one that passed. Memorial happens to be right before Mother's Day. Tomorrow's Mother's Day, and we can talk about that a little later, like how I'm gonna be spending the day processing. But I'm gonna show you guys the amazing goods that the magic brings from the farmer's market. So I'll show you guys. So I put everything away. I'm so tired. I'm literally so tired. My body's exhausted. And I just need to just break down and rest. Super interesting is the family that owns the property. They just did a paddle out and I totally forgot and should have known. I watched though, and I just send my love and blessings. I think it's so, I mean, it's just not weird. It's it's just so right that it fell before Mother's Day. I believe it was their grandmother. And I don't know why God chose a path for me that deals with a lot of loss. I think a lot of people do, but I've had I've just so much loss in my life. Not that it was my loss, but I'm very familiar with like these types of situations. Yeah, I might just jump in. I need to cleanse my soul. A little mini baptism is what I call it, and it always feels good to jump in the water. So I'm gonna jump in and call it a night. And yeah, Luna's here with me. Honestly, I definitely still have a lot of like anger, I think, that she's not here. Like, it's just an interesting Mother's Day. But I know she doesn't want that for me. She just was the best mom in the world, and so she wants me to be happy. And I'm trying to be happy for her. But I just feel like I teeter between I've used it as an excuse for so many things in my life. Like if I'm missing her, I'm like, don't hang out with people. And then I'm like, is that actually an excuse or is it valid? And it's just, I'm so tired of that. It is valid. It's a pretty valid reason. But then there's that whole other side of the coin that's, what would your life be if you weren't dealing with grief? And I wonder that a lot. But I do deal with it. And like a lot of, I am mature enough that when I see like a mother and a child, like it's beautiful. And I think of her, but there's always that other side of me too that's like frustrated. And it's very hard to explain. It's hard to verbalize the feelings. But yeah. Luna. Okay, I'm gonna let my hair down. Might jump in the water. I'll show you guys what I got. Beautiful moment to be having, to be sharing with you guys. Fresh organic berries. Very beautiful. Wild caught salmon. The best salmon in town. I'm gonna pair it with some microgreens, all kinds of greens in here, arugula, amazing microgreens in there. Cherries. Fresh bread. This is an organic multi-seed whole grain bread, sourdough bread, made from a very talented man. And then, last but not least, a big bag of fruits and vegetables. I have organic apples, tons of apples. I have beautiful heirloom tomatoes. Look at this. And some squash for Luna. And then another vendor makes these amazing organic soaps. And so she gifted me a little honey soap, and I'm very excited to try it. Yeah.